Chainlink is a distributed finance application that brings big data into the blockchain. Now, Chainlink is unique because it uses a thing called oracles. What Chainlink does is it allows people to use their smart contracts but connect them to other data sets. Now, we're talking about big data. We're talking about data that is created by machines, such as weather satellite, talking about stock tickers. You're talking about machine-generated data that can be captured in its raw state and fed through a blockchain, and then the smart contracts can act upon the data that is being fed to it. So let's say that you have a stock application, and the stocks are going up and down and doing their thing that stocks normally do. So during the trading day, let's say a user decides to use this particular Chainlink application. This Chainlink application has the stocks being fed into it and the data being fed into it. And the particular stock that you're interested in is one of those stocks that it gets current information about. And so you decide that you want to put a sell order in at a certain price, or a stop order, meaning as it goes down, you don't want it to go below a certain price, so you're going to sell. Or on the other side, if it goes below a certain thing, you want to buy it because you think it's a good deal at that particular price. Those kinds of smart contracts is really what blockchain and smart contracts are all about. So what Chainlink has created is an environment where you can connect several different data sets to it in order to then write smart contracts to look at conditions that are set in order to execute the smart contract when that condition is tripped. Okay? So real easy one, of course, is like the buy order. When it gets below a certain price for a particular stock, I want to buy it, and I want to buy this number, and the money is already set up in the smart contract ready to be spent as soon as the condition is met. That's what DeFi, or distributed finance, is supposed to do for people. Is it's supposed to do real work in situations that the person can't react fast enough or do the work fast enough or isn't in a place to be able to do that work. So looking at this particular one, what you see is they're trying to advertise the fact that you can program it really, really easy. It has an infrastructure that's highly secure and reliable. Okay, they're going to tout that, of course. If we were to answer again the question, what makes a cryptocurrency valuable? What makes a cryptocurrency valuable is having a use case. In other words, it's solving a problem. You don't make a sale to somebody unless you're helping solve a problem. I don't go to a hardware store to buy a particular product because I don't have any problems. I'm just going and buying toys. No, you don't go to a hardware store to buy toys. You go to a hardware store to solve a particular problem that you're having at home. Maybe you need to fix your plumbing or things like that. So here what you're trying to do in a cryptocurrency environment is you're trying to solve problems, and your blockchain will be valuable if you are capable of solving real-time problems for people. So they're going to tout that their infrastructure is secure, and then it's going to advertise that you could actually program and deploy your own smart chain contract. Okay, so what's Chainlink? Here's the key right here. It says Chainlink greatly expands the capabilities of smart contracts by enabling access to real-world data and off-chain computation while maintaining security and reliability guarantees inherent to blockchain technology. So literally, it's the combination of big data or IoT or Internet of Things data right in with this particular blockchain and smart contracts. And here they give some information about people that are within the company and kind of what they've worked on before. Stanny has worked on Aave before, and Synthetics, Trader Joe, and Arbol, and the various people that are involved in building the company. So there's the first kind of look at Chainlink, but I would like to dive in a little bit further into the idea of what's an oracle. I mean, an oracle just is literally data from the outside world sent to a blockchain. It's very specific data. You know, in this particular one, they're using the temperature. They're going to look at weather. The example they use for this particular one is a farmer who buys insurance against crop failures. And so the idea here is you execute a smart contract that says if the farmer gets enough rain in the particular year, then the contract doesn't pay him. But if he does not get adequate rain, so that there's maybe a drought, or gets too much rain and gets flooded, the smart contract then pays out. It's kind of like attaching it to an insurance company or an insurance policy. An oracle literally sends data from the outside world, such as daily temperature or the number of votes for a political candidate, or various different pieces of data like the stock market to Ethereum in this case. Now, Chainlink works off of their own blockchain. This particular one uses Ethereum as the example of a smart contract in there. Chainlink on their blockchain has smart contracts similar to Ethereum, only it's focused towards the Oracle data. Now, there are some problems with oracles. It points this out. The fact that if the data is not coming from a trusted source, it can be gamed. In other words, if the person providing the data or the entity providing the data could game the data in order to get payouts from the smart contract. But applications, you can use a lot of applications, and here they mention Chainlink, a link back to our the topic that we're talking about now, where these smart contracts can then create more data and more information concerning particular topics. Like it could keep track of, whether Joe Biden is going to win the 2024 election, and keep all of the data on all of the surveys that have been out and published, for example. So that is our trip through Chainlink and what an oracle is all about.